Well, everybody, much craziness at pickup. As you can see, I'm at a truck stop making this film because where I was at the customer, crazy. It's the manufacturer, and I had to use the combo to get in the gate. Then I couldn't find the key to get the paperwork for the unit because I didn't read the email good enough that said that there was a master key for this unit in the Dropbox. Verify the papers that work is there, and I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't read my email good enough, and I'm like, I can't leave without paperwork. It says don't leave without paperwork. Where's the paperwork? I gotta get the paperwork. So I finally figured it out after somebody returned my call. I think it's less than 4 hours to destination, up near Seattle somewhere. You know what? I forget where it's going. Let me look. All right, got the paperwork here. 22-foot travel trailer, and it is going to Monroe, Washington, and I picked it up in Dallas, Oregon. No, it's not a fifth wheel. However, I was looking through the loads on the reload board, and this just happened to be a load I wanted, heading in. No, it's not a load I wanted, but it's a load heading in the direction I wanted. So I'm like, oh, I want that load. So I've got it. Now I gotta figure out if I'm gonna be able to deliver tomorrow. In case I have to wait, I'm gonna make sure I've got snacky stuff in my cooler so that I'm not sitting there whining and complaining to myself that I'm hungry. So, okay. Morning from Monroe, Washington. I'm parked here at the customer. They don't open for another 45 minutes. So something really interesting happened yesterday. I'm going to try not to repeat myself, but I got a story to tell you. First of all, I may be repeating myself from yesterday, but just getting this unit out of the yard was kind of a pain because you have to get the master key out of the lockbox, by the gate, by the light pole, which I overlooked in the email, so I'm calling all panicky. Yeah, I probably already told you this, but I'm like, oh, seriously. And dude with a forklift came and unlocked the door for me. Got my paperwork, which, paperwork, the keys are in it, and I'm like, could you lock it back up for me? And last night I'm laying in bed going, you had the key. Anyway, so I'm boogieing down the road, and after I'd gotten off the phone with my daughter, I called the customer because it says you need to call and make an appointment 24 hours in advance. So I called, and she says, when are you coming in? And I said, tomorrow, which is today now. She goes, oh, our appointments are full up. Well, that was my words. She said, our appointments are full. There's no slots left. And I'm like, oh. So you can always hear the thought processes in my brain when I pause and I go, oh, because I'm like, okay, now what am I supposed to do? And she says, well, here's what we got going on. She says, we're preparing for an RV show in Seattle, and so we're short-staffed. Everybody's getting the show set up, and we don't have a lot of people to check it in. And so I said, kind of like, oh, again, because I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. And she says, well, here's what you can do. We open at 8:30 in the morning. She says, be there when we open in the morning. She says, I won't be here, but the receiving staff, let them know what I've told you. And maybe if you get there first thing in the morning, they can go ahead and check you in before other drivers show up. And as you can see, there's already another driver here in front of me, which is no big deal. But she said also, you may have to wait. I'm like, okay, I'm all right with that. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll just show up early and hope they can get me in. And if not, I can be prepared to wait. It's no big deal. I mean, it's all part of the job sometimes. So after I got off the phone with her, I'm just boogieing down the road, minding my own business, enjoying the view, and I get another phone call from a dude, a number I don't recognize, but it's on my business phone, so I go ahead and I answer it because that's strictly for Horizon. Nobody else has the number but Horizon and Horizon customers. And as you can see, I'm pulling an Evo. And so this guy goes, "Hey, I'm such and such from Evo," which I only heard the Evo part because I was switching my phone over to speaker and I didn't really hear. He goes, "How you doing?" "I'm good. I'm good. How are you?" He goes, "Probably not as good as you because I'm here in Idaho and it's kind of cold." And I'm thinking, why is a guy from Idaho calling me? I didn't know. And he says, "Okay, here, I got a situation." I said, "Okay." He says, "I just got a call from this customer and they're in a panic because you're coming in and they're not ready for you." And I went, "Okay." He says, "Is there any way you can deliver that load Friday?" And I'm going, "Well, what's today?" He goes, "Wednesday." Because I'm like, okay, you know me, sometimes I don't know what days. And I'm like, "Oh." And he goes, I hate to ask you this, but here's what's going on. They're in a panic because you're coming in. The dealership still wants the unit, but nobody's there to take it because they're getting set up for that RV show." I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, Miss Emily had told me all about that. And he says, I know you need to get paid. And I mean, the guy's apologizing all over himself, which I really appreciated, and I told him that later on the phone. And he's like, "I know you need to get paid, and I know you want to get this delivered, and I hate to ask you to wait, but they can't really take the unit." And I'm like, "Well, here's what Miss Emily told me." And I told him what Miss Emily had said. And he goes, "Well, I guess you could do that." And I said, "Look, if it's okay with you, what I'll do is I'll show up early and see if they will take me in like Miss Emily suggested." And I said, "And then if that doesn't work, I will just go and I'll find somewhere to park and I'll go ahead and I'll deliver it Friday." Because I said, I get it. I understand. Because, you know, they got that show there, the RV show that they're setting up for, and they're short-staffed. And I said, I understand. I get it. I said, I don't necessarily like it, but hey, I mean, it happens. That kind of stuff happens. So he said, "Yeah, that would be all right." He says, "I'll go ahead and I'll call them back and I'll let them know what you said." So he was going to call them back and let them know that I'm going to wait and try to get checked in. And then if not, I'll just find somewhere to chill. So here I am at the customer, hoping they can take me. And if not, I'm prepared to wait. So, being prepared to wait. This is another part of the interesting goofiness from last night. I stopped at a Love's truck stop somewhere in between Seattle and Tacoma. And I thought, I want to be prepared that if I should have to wait here at the customer all day. And I thought, I need to get myself some stuff in the cooler, some things to eat so that I'm not all whining and complaining because I'm hungry. And I whip into the truck stop. It's full up, nowhere to park. And I managed to, because I am who I am, there was a space and I'm like, that space is mine. And I kind of parked next to the four-wheeler fuel island and I walk the dogs first. First thing happens is a homeless person slash vagrant slash bum slash whoever they are. She walks up to me and she says, "Excuse me," and she spooked me because she came up on my blind side. And I kind of jumped a little. She goes, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." She says, Can I bum a cigarette?" And I'm like, "I don't smoke." She says, "Smart," and she walks off. The dogs walked. I load them back up in the truck. I go into the truck stop and I grab a few items. And by few, I mean I had my arms full of salads and yogurts and fruits and sandwiches and wraps and stuff like that. I get it all paid for. I get out to the truck and I need to crunch or munch a bite of something and then give the girls their pills. And somebody knocks on my window and I'm like, so this lady, "Oh yeah, I've been selling stuff for Valentine's Day," she says, Valentine's. And I've got chocolates and bears and jewelry if you're interested. No, not at this time. So she walks off. So I'm scrolling through my feeds and my pictures and my notifications while I'm eating, and somebody else knocks on my window, and I kind of went, because I'm like, you know what? I just want to eat my food in peace, and these people are bugging me. I'm broke down, this guy says. Can you spare any change? And I'm like, no. And of course, you know, I'm only rolling the window down that much anyway. And finally, I'm like, I need to get out of here just so I can have some peace, because everybody's bugging me. So I left ready. No, what's the word I want? I left before I was ready. And I'm like, I gotta get out of here just so I can get some peace. So I'm driving down the road, trying to eat my food, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. So anyway, I get to the customer, found out I can't really park. So I Googled the W store, and I parked there at the W store last night. So yesterday was crazy, eventful, and kind of stressful. But I am here, and we're gonna see what happens. I will let you know. Quick update: the customer service checker inner dude just come and talked to me. He asked me what time my appointment was, and I said I don't have an appointment. So I explained to him my conversation with Miss Emily and the guy from Idaho. And I told him, I said, I am prepared to wait. I said, I got a cooler full of stuff. And I said, he goes, well, I've got a 9 o'clock appointment and they're not here yet. And he said, but it's just me here today. So he says, I'll see what I can do. And I said, don't stress over it. I told him, I said, I get it, I understand. And I'm prepared to wait. So I said, I don't want you freaking out and stressing out about it. And he says, okay. So I'm still waiting to see. It's gonna be a great day, gonna be a great day. Happy news, this is my happy face. I'm empty. They took it. He come out, the guy comes out and he goes, well, my 9 o'clock is now a, can I park there? No, that's a church, I don't want to. Oh, he comes out and he goes, yeah, my 9 o'clock is now a 2 o'clocker. So I can take you. Yes. And I super made sure I super thanked him and let him know I super appreciate it. Ooh, here's the parking lot. So I left real quick before anybody changes their mind. Not that they really would. And I'm going to park right here in this cute little parking lot. And I'm going to submit my paperwork. I've already submitted my post-trip pictures. And I'm already dispatched on another load that I told him I may not get to pick up till Friday. But guess what? Yeah? Getting a little excited about stuff you don't have any idea about, aren't you? Come here, say hi to everybody. This is Miss Chloe getting all excited. Every time the truck stops, she gets excited, like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, right? Not yet. Not yet. Let me say goodbye to these nice people, and then we'll go and, yes, we'll go and we'll do something. All right, just a minute. Okay, so at any rate, it went well. I'm happy it went well. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Chloe says thank you. Sale says thank you. Squirt's like, whatever. And just remember, guys, it's all about the perspective.